I said, I need to know if this God that I serve, that I felt when I was young, his presence, I need to know if it's real. So I went into, I like to call it a prayer closet because it was so huge. So I went in there and I began to pray. It was a Saturday night. I'll never forget it. It was from it was Saturday. It was 9 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m. I prayed that long, praying to God. I said, Lord, if you're real, you need to show yourself to me like right now. I felt your presence. I remember being in some of them services and people lay hands on you, you fall out and you get up and you think you're different, but then you go back with the same struggles. And I'm like, God, no, I don't want any of that to happen in here today. I need to know that you are real and you're the true and living God. And I kept praying and crying, praying and crying, praying and crying, and nothing happened in that closet. Like, I didn't feel anything. All I know is I was emotional because I wanted to change. So I got up out of that closet. I said, he's not real. All this stuff I've been doing and experiencing is just all emotions. So I grabbed my broom and I began to sweep, and like a mighty rushing wind, here come the Holy Spirit into my apartment, knocks me face first on the ground, and for the first time, I'm filled with the Holy Spirit, and I'm speaking in a whole nother language, and I'm like, this is totally new for me. I look up, and here's this cloud hovering over me, and I knew it was real. Like, I thought I was like hallucinating at first, but like, I didn't take any drugs or anything, so I just thought that I'm having this mental breakdown or something. But I knew it was real because my dog, I had a little dog, and she saw the same thing I was seeing. She was looking up at it and was barking and like running in circles. And I'm looking up and it's this cloud that appears before me. And out of this cloud, a voice comes and it says, Anthony, I called you to be a prophet to the nations. I'm going to use you. And what I want you to do at this time is I want you to leave school and I want you to go back home. I'm going to raise you up to be a worship leader, and I'm going to use you in a great capacity. The prophetic is going to be something that you master, and I'm just going to do a lot of different things in your life. And so that's what I remember clear as day, and I was just bawling. I got up off that ground, I picked up the phone, and the first person I called was my mom, and she was in church, and she was just praying for me too, because I said, Mom, guess what? And she said, what, baby, what? I said, I just had an encounter with Jesus. And she started crying on the phone. She said, I was just at church. I was praying for you. I was praying that God do something for you. And we were just crying on the phone. And man, I can tell you that was the day that I fell in love with Christ, because he showed himself to me. He showed me how real he really was. And I started looking the scriptures to find out what I experienced in Exodus and in Chronicles. Like, all of those mentioned when God would show up, it said he would show up like a cloud, or the smoke would fill the temples when they were praying. Like when Solomon prayed, it talk about how the smoke filled the temple. So I literally saw that in real life, and a voice from heaven came down and spoke over me. It was so powerful.